You move the fuck out of here. And bitch, stop fucking dinking. Drop them AirPods. What, bitch? Stop fucking dinking. Watch out, watch out, watch out. What? Stop AirPods. What?
So the anti-Asian hatred apparently is continuing all the way over in Philly this time. Apparently this Wednesday, this attack happened against some Asian people over on the train by these black supremacists, or at least that's the only thing I could think of what they could be. I mean, they're going around shouting, I'm black, get out of here, get out of here. I mean, if a white person was going around to a bunch of black people saying, I'm white, get out of here, and then attacking them, I'm going to assume they're a white supremacist, so in this case, I'm going to assume they're a black supremacist. But these black, extremists, they go around, or apparently were going around and harassing these Asian people on the train, and of course, in the end, obviously, as you saw, attacking them, which has led, of course, a lot of people to, and this is, for a lot of people, this has become a meme at this point, right? The meme of, where is the Asian hatred really coming from in society at the moment? Now, I know some people are saying, maybe these are just the videos we're being shown. We're only seeing the black extremists attack these Asians. We never see the white extremists attacking those Asians. White people do make up the majority of this country, so wouldn't white people, of course, make up the majority of hate crimes against Asians? Well, according to the FBI back in 2019, that's just not the case. So right here, we got a report from 2019 by the FBI going over, of course, different type of racial attacks that took place all throughout 2018. So you can break them down a little bit by race here. And if we just go straight down to Asians, white people making up about close to 70% of this country committed about 24% of crimes, violent crimes against Asians. So, I mean, hey, white people, disproportionately not attacking Asians. Hey, okay, that's at least good. Okay, that's at least solid. When it comes to the black population, which is only about 13% of the population, it's upwards near to 28%. 28% if you round up. Mind you, they don't make up 20% or 28% of the population. So yes, we are seeing a disproportionately higher amount of black on Asian crime than by a huge margin, actually, by a huge margin compared to white on Asian crime. Again, that's not to say it doesn't exist, right? Supremacy, racial supremacy or superiority in general, that exists among all races. Unfortunately, it is just a terrible, terrible aspect of the fallen world we live in. The reality is that, as long as people can find something to separate themselves by, they will attack others because of it. It is an unfortunate reality of our society. Fortunately, we have made great progress in the modern world, right? Especially, we were so full of ourselves in the 90s. We thought we had overcome this in the 90s. In the early 2000s, we were walking around, I was joking, we were all joking around about, making racial jokes and stuff like that. We thought it was funny about the fact how anyone could ever think a racist thought. We thought it was stupid back then. So, we made some progress. We've fallen back in some ways as well, right? We made some progress, but now we're starting to fall back as well. And the strange thing is we're seeing this increase of black supremacy. We're seeing an increase in black extremism. You have people like Joy Reid going out there and saying, hey, I don't care about white men's tears. Well, if I said, I don't care about black men's tears, that would be a very racist thing for me to say. I care about everyone's tears. I care about everyone who's hurt. I really do. Again, I'm a peace and love kind of guy. Like I always say, I don't want anyone ever to hurt. That's just not the kind of person I am. I don't like that. But there seems to be this social acceptance now when black Americans are attacking either Asians, whites, or whatever. And again, it's not to say that white supremacy doesn't exist. It's not to say that there aren't, major problems when it comes to white racists in society. I've met plenty of white racists out there, okay? I remember I was walking with one of my friends. It was black at the mall over in Virginia, and some random white woman called him the N-word. All right, out of the blue. Strange enough, I was more upset about it than I think he was. And the worst part is because he's heard it plenty of times before. Listen, there is a problem with white racism. That does exist in our society, but it's not protected. Thank goodness, right? It's not protected. Stuff like this is becoming protected. No one's reporting on this. No one's reporting on this woman beating up these Asians. No one's reporting on it. If this was a white person going around and attacking a group of people that are a different race than them, it would be over every news. It would be across every news channel in America. Every channel in America will be going on saying, white women attack Asian minorities. You know, it would be everywhere as far as I could see. But when it comes to black on Asian crime, it's just, we turn a blind eye. And why? Why do we turn a blind eye to, of course, black supremacy when we don't turn a blind eye to white supremacy? At the end of the day, we shouldn't be turning a blind eye to any of them, right? They're both evil. They're both equally evil as well. None of these have any moral ground above the other. Racism is bad, period. There is no way around it. Racism is terrible. Racism is awful. Racism has no place in our society, nor does it have any place, hopefully, in the future of just the world in general. And this idea that we would actually hate each other because you are more tan than I am? I mean, give me a break. It's stupid. It makes no sense. And I guess this might have to do with the fact that I have friends who are of all races. I mean, hell, I've dated basically all races. I don't see it. I don't see how this is even an issue still at this time. However, what has the media been telling people? What have the schools been telling people? We have been telling people to identify themselves based on their race, identify themselves because of the color of their skin. When you look at people's bios, they'll say proud black woman, proud Asian, Asian American, proud whatever it might be, whatever the race is. Now, of course, well, every race but white, of course, right? It's funny, really, diversity typically just means anti-white, unfortunately, is what it really means. There was that city where they elected, it was like an all Muslim city council, and they went, oh, look at the diversity, look at all the diversity. It's the exact opposite of diversity. It's just one, and that's it. One race, and that's it. Or not really race, I guess a religion, but one group of people, and that's it. That's not diversity. But because there's no white people there, hey, it's diverse, right? We don't care. They don't really care about diversity, but what they do care about is racial politics. And so now we're starting to see some of the issues that racial politics is bringing us, right? We're starting to see these, and these, I'm telling you, these are beginning. This is just the beginning. And isn't just going to be happening, this isn't going to just end with black on Asian crime or black on white crime. It's also going to eventually lead to Asian on other race crime, Hispanic on other race crime, white on other race crime. We're going to start seeing an increase of racial violence if we do not start turning this ship around, if we do not stop identifying based on the color of our skin. Such a stupid thing to identify on, by the way. There are far more important things we should be identifying ourselves based on besides race. I mean, again, if I was going to identify myself in any way, my first three descriptors and the importance of, and their importance would be Christian, father/husband, and American. My race is nowhere in the equation. It just isn't, because I really don't care. I don't care what the color of my skin really is. I don't care about any of that. I think it's neat where my heritage comes from. I think that's kind of cool. I think everyone should take pride in where they came from. But it's such a stupid concept, such an idiotic idea that we actually give a damn about someone's race. But this is where we're headed. This is where we're going. I've said this in multiple videos in the past too, where I've said that the allowance that we've given now for like black on Asian crime or black on white crime, or just these racial politics in general, where we're of course allowing Black Entertainment Channel and just all this sort of crap. It's going to create a backlash, right? There are white children who are going to grow up in this society seeing one group of people identifying solely based on the color of their skin, and these white kids are probably going to end up doing the same. And it's a scary future to think about when we get to a point where this country really starts self-segregating all over again. All because, of course, the left they can't make a coherent argument, so of course they gotta play racial politics. But there will be a backlash if this continues. There will be a backlash. There'll be more racial crime in general. There'll be new races popping up because, of course, they're going to see people identifying on the color of their skin and think this is normal. They'll think this is normal. Or they'll do it as just a defensive mechanism. Listen, I know people who went to prison and they talked about the fact how they had to join a supremacy group to protect themselves from other supremacy groups. Or it'll be exactly what you see in a lot of prisons, where people will start aligning themselves with people who are just like them for just a defensive reason. It is sick. It's disgusting. It's awful. But that's where we're headed to so long as we keep playing this racial politics game. We have to sit there and call everyone out who's racist. These women right here are black supremacists, and I hope they get what's coming to them. Just as I hope that any white supremacist who commits any crime gets what's coming to them too. It's not about the race of the person committing the crime. It's about the fact they believe in racial supremacy at all. That's the big issue. And one side of the aisle is against it, the right. We don't care about race. We keep saying we need to stop caring about race. While the other side is saying, no, this is the defining factor of you. If you are a black male, that needs to be the defining feature of you before anything else, according to the left. I would rather say your religion. I'd rather say your belief system. I'd rather just say, you know, Martin Luther King. Yeah, who you are as a character. That's all I really give a damn about at the end of the day. If you're a dick, I'm not going to like you. If you're a jackass, I'm going to tell you to get out of my way. If you're nice, well, okay, we can hang out. Unless you think, you know, I'm a dick, in which case, sure, walk away. I don't really care. Point is, content of your characters should be the only thing we're judging people on, all right? Martin Luther King was right. There's a reason why we revere him so much, but the left, man, we said, how crazy would it be if the left started taking down statues of Abraham Lincoln? And they did. So how long until they start tearing down statues of Martin Luther King? We'll see. Either way, you know, what do you think? Leave in the comments below. What is going to put an end to this mess that we keep seeing in these cities? Again, comment below. What do you think? As well as, of course, if you've enjoyed this video, hey, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content like it. Of course, why have you not subscribed? Subscribe to the channel. This is Friday, so I got 2 videos out today. You know, please reward me. Subscribe. Really would appreciate it. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and we'll be talking again real soon.